But the truth of the matter is, I'll be honest with you, you definitely need a homegrown African woman. And I said to you that just in case if you're having an impediment or hindrance, talk to me, and I'll give you one from the village.
Yeah.
And by so doing, you have obviously completed your African journey.
What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. So we have our brother right here, a Ghanaian, Asante.
Correct.
Asante from Ghanaian, Kumasi. Man been living in UK how long?
Oh, 20 years now.
20 years. You see that as longer he's been in the UK, he ain't lightened up yet. Look, he still got his African tan.
Yes,
He's still
yes.
up there, you know, sprouting that African pride. But let me ask you, man, you've been in the UK for 20 years. And you proud of being a Ghanaian?
Absolutely, I'm proud to be an African. I think that should be the best alternative.
Why ain't you came back to Africa, man?
Well, you know,
To live, I mean, you come back and forth, but...
yeah, I come back and forth, and you know, I love Ghana. I love East Africa, but I think I fit a bit more cozy and comfortable in Zanzibar than Ghana, to be quite honest.
All right, well, I know we're here right here in Zanzibar, but we ain't gonna get to that yet.
Yes.
Don't be skipping around my questions, man. You've been in the UK for 20 years.
I know that's a long time.
Long time.
Yes.
But you've been thinking about coming to move back to Africa.
Yes, I've been thinking of that. But I mean, 20 years, not statically in the UK. I mean, I go to Ghana probably once in every year. You know, and I see how things are developing. And I mean, prior to my going back to the UK, I wasn't seeing a lot of African Americans coming in there. And you know, for the past closer to, let's say, 5-10 years, I've seen a lot of African American brothers coming in. Going to Africa, going to Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, more. Ghana is more. When you look at the statistics in Africa, you can tell that most African Americans are coming to Ghana. So there's a surge of development in Ghana going on right now. It
is. So that hasn't attracted you. What really attracted you was Tanzania, Zanzibar to be exact.
Yes. I mean, Ghana has attracted me. I go to Ghana, but you know, I think personally, see, Africa shouldn't be defined by the boundaries that that have been laid down by the Europeans.
True.
Yes. So as far as I'm concerned, whenever I step my feet, into any African country, I feel home.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have an advantage than most people. I mean, you've been UK, born and raised in Ghana.
Correct.
You out here in Zanzibar. Is this your first time coming out here?
No, I've been to East Africa quite a few times.
Okay.
I've been to Rwanda, set up some few business there, and here now in Zanzibar, trying to catch up with some few investments as the Zanzibar is opening up.
Yeah. So please share with the people the comparison. East Africa, West Africa. Because you said...
You can call me on that.
You said
yes.
that West Africa is a lot different than East Africa. And you prefer East Africa.
Yes.
Why?
Right. See, I want to make this clear.
Because the Ghanaians are watching.
I want to make this clear, right?
Yeah.
That you see, wherever you are in Africa, it's Africa. It's still the same thing. I mean, Zanzibar is not a lot of different from Ghana, but the difference is, you see, it's a lot more common in here. It's calm, and Zanzibar need a bit of more investment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last week I was having a conversation with the Minister of Investment, Mr. Ramadan, and I also catch up with him Saturday just gone, and we have a lot of conversation. And you can see that Zanzibar still lack a lot of investment. And when you look around, you will find that most of the investment going on here, 95%, are European, and I'm sure you confirm that.
Well, I haven't confirmed it, but I mean, I'm quite sure this island here is an attraction for a lot of Europeans.
A lot of Europeans. And personally, I've been around. I've been to quite some few places in Zanzibar, and I feel the need that we Africans have to invest here as well. So if the West Africa looks more dominant with African Americans and the rest of it, I think some resources should also be channeled here. Because if one Africa is better and the other is not better, it means they're still less developed. So I feel the need that if we have a bit of resources to come down here, why not? Zanzibar should feel it. So I don't think that because I'm from Ghana, then I'm mandated at all costs to put money in Ghana, whilst I can do the same thing in Zanzibar. As far as I'm concerned, Zanzibar is home to me. So do Ghana. Don't make any difference to me.
Okay, all right. He cleaned that up pretty well, didn't he? Yeah. But you're from the Ashanti region
Yes.
in Ghana.
Correct.
And, they're very proud of their heritage. They're very proud of their culture, right?
Absolutely. They are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And so, do you find much culture here in Zanzibar?
Right. I've been to the few villages, because you know very well where we are.
Yeah.
We're just like 10 minutes away to the village that surrounds us here.
Yeah.
Not very far from the villages. And I've actually mingled with some of the few villages here. And honestly speaking, I've got to give credit to you on that, because I realized that wherever you be to in Africa countries,
Yeah.
you normally cannot link with the locals, go to the villages.
Yeah.
I did the same thing here.
Right.
So I went out there, have a conversation with them, even sat down and talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I realized is, this might sound a little bit controversial. I realized that Zanzibar in itself does not really have a defined African culture.
No.
It's very Islamic.
Very
And,
Islamic, yes.
And when I speak about Islamic, for me, I think Islamic is Middle Eastern, and that has nothing to do with African at all.
Okay.
There might be a little bit of similarities in terms of maybe discipline, in adherence to certain things, which kind of have semblance to the African people, because Africans are quite disciplined themselves. But other than that, I do not see that infusion of the African, African sort of culture display, so to speak.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's really more Islam or Muslims. Then you got that small portion of Christians, and then Hindus or Indians.
That's right.
That you have that here in Zanzibar that makes up the demographics of the island.
Absolutely.
But now you have this influx of Europeans now coming in and starting to get some of that land. And I tell people, you better be careful, because, you sell away your land, you lose your power, your control.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So now, UK, 20 years. Have you been indoctrinated? Do you got that white mindset? I mean, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is that, you know how it is. You was born and raised in Africa.
Yes.
And you can see the difference between there and the UK. And with that, the comparison, many people I've met who go to America, UK, Europe, or any other countries outside of motherland, especially those who are educated, have kind of, forgotten where they came from and gotten used to and settled into those countries.
Well, you see, someone can be in Africa and be more indoctrinated in Africa than someone in Europe or America.
Be more connected?
No, be more. Someone can be in Europe,
Yeah.
and even be more connected to the motherland than someone is in the motherland. See, when you go to Ghana these days and most African countries,
Yeah.
you can see a lot of Western culture heavily on the African people in Africa.
Yeah.
So I've seen people living the Europeanized sort of life and the American sort of life in Africa more than people that live in America and in Europe. So where you are does not really change the difference. I always have a saying that, you see, there is no sovereignty or boundaries in the universe. It is man that have obviously come up with all these boundaries and all this stuff. So when I ask you, the air that you breathe, where does it come from? The air knows no boundaries. And all of us obviously breathe the same air, irrespective of where it's coming from. So, I mean, being in Europe hasn't changed the African that is in me. I'm still African to the core.
Yeah.
And I, like you said, that you can see the face, you can see the ID hasn't changed. The mentality.
Your wife is Ghanaian.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, your wife is Ghanaian.
Yes, and I'm Ghanaian to the core.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I say I'm Ghanaian to the core, sometimes it kind of put me aback a little bit. But the thing is, Africa would be more appropriate to describe me. I am more of a continent sort of person than a country in itself. Why protect or speak for a country whilst you can speak for a continent? I prefer to own a continent than a country.
Well, I know you've been trying to get me to get married to an African woman. He's been on my back, y'all. And he's like, you haven't experienced nothing about Africa until you get you an African woman. He's trying to marry me off. I was like, look, you got to talk to my wife about that one right there, because, I don't think that's going to fly. But, you say, though, it is important that if a man who African or African American or African European, whatever, they don't experience Africa until they marry an African woman.
Yeah, that's not very far from the truth, Go Black. You see, you know what I mean, right? You know, we're very grateful to have you guys come to join us in Africa. I mean, you guys didn't really go away. You're one of us.
Yeah.
I always say there's nothing like African American. It's either you are one or the other.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no African American. There's only African.
There's only Africans.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are you're an African.
Yeah.
But you know, at the core. Now, what I'm saying to you that you should marry an African is, I remember you told me clearly that you already have a wife.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's fine. You have a wife, but your wife is not from Ghana. Well, your wife is from Ghana, but the thing is, he's born in America just like you. So they'll have the feel.
I wasn't born in America. I was born in Africa.
You're born in Africa, right?
I was born in Africa.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I was born in.
I didn't know that. Now, what I'm saying basically for you you've been obviously projecting the continent from a different light, and we're very grateful for you for doing that, and it's changed a lot of perception about the continent. But the truth of the matter is, I'll be honest with you, you definitely need a homegrown African woman. And I said to you that just in case if you're having an impediment or hindrance, talk to me, and I'll give you one from the village.
Yeah.
And by so doing, you have obviously completed your African journey. It's as simple as that. There's nothing else to it.
I haven't completed my African journey until I marry an African woman.
Absolutely.
From
the
Ghana
village.
or from a village?
Yes.
From a village?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, he's serious about this thing too.
I'm serious because it's a marriage, it's a political union,
Yeah.
economic union, and I can also say it's a continental union.
In the Continental Union.
Yes.
You know, he was telling me, he said, yeah, he started off with the 25-year-old, then he dropped to 22. I said, hold up, man, my oldest daughter's 24. I couldn't marry a woman younger than my daughter. He said, okay, 25. Gotta find a woman 25 for you. But you know, share with the people though. You know, we chuckling and laughing, but he dead serious about this. You guys you don't finish your journey until you get your African woman. What is the difference about a woman that's from the village, an African woman from the village? Why is that a completion of my journey?
Why? The reason I say it's a complete of your journey is, you know, once you leave home and you have a wife or someone else, then obviously that cannot complement or replace your mother, so to speak. And all of us are here on this planet Earth through the womb of a woman. All right. Now, essentially, you see, once you are married to a woman, let me just give this. This might not relate to our conversation. So, for example, an African politician that's married to a European.
Yeah.
If, say, in Parliament, and let's say African have been brutalized in Europe or whatsoever, that person, no matter how African it is, he cannot speak against the white structure that is destroying the black structure. Because you see, when you go home, you're going back to your queen. You're going back to see your wife. So how do you speak against your wife? You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
In any sin, that's not possible. So you obviously have to adjust your form of conversation to that. Now, you are very brutal on developing Africa. I've been having a series of conversation with you. I mean, since we met here in Tanzania, it's been about 2 weeks and a half or 3 weeks now, probably so.
Yeah.
Right? We've been talking about it whenever we meet. We've been having this engagement.
Yeah.
Now, I can confidently say to you that, you know, for you to really complete this mission holistically, you need a wife from the village. Simple as this.
Now, when I ask him where's his second wife what his second wife is, he gets quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because his wife look at him like, well, why are you trying to push a second wife on Go Black? And yet you yourself up here knowing that well, you ain't going to have no second wife.
Oh, well, you know, Go
But
Black.
you already got your African queen, you saying.
Yes.
But I got my African queen.
Well, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yes, but you see, but the thing is, you know, culturally, I mean, most Africans will agree with me. I'm not talking about Africans that have fully adopted the European system of ways of doing things.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Africans that know themselves and accept themselves.
Yeah.
In a way. I'm not saying marry 2 or 3 wives obviously makes you a true African. That's not the case.
Right.
Because given the economic turmoil that we're in at this moment, it's very difficult to even manage 1 woman, not alone manage 2 or 3.
I know.
So from economic standpoint of view, it would be ideal to stay with 1 woman, economically.
Economically.
Yes. But if you obviously have the financial muscle If you have the financial muscle, why not? Because there are more single women out there, more black single women out there
Yeah.
than even than the European women.
But that's not true.
Yeah, absolutely
Statistically,
true.
there is more men than women.
Statistically?
Statistically.
Where did you get that from?
I don't know, but it's
Oh, well, you
statistically.
see,
I know it within. I know it
see that?
inside. There's more men out there. See, I know how you know what you're looking for.
No, go black. Come on
Yeah.
now. I mean, that's the truth, man. There've never been a historical fact that man by nature, irrespective of where they're coming from, whether black or white,
Yeah.
that you have to marry one woman. There's nothing like that. It's just modern society that obviously put us in.
Oh, I'm with you on that, but I'll tell you right now. I've already told you. I've told him, look, one is enough for me. I could not imagine
Yes.
me getting a woman from the village. She gonna want to step her game up.
How?
Go black. What is my Rolex? What is my big house? What is my BMW? She's gonna want to step her game up,
Well,
and I'm gonna have to perform double.
well, that's not always the case. It
No.
all depends how you obviously structure things out from the get-go.
No, so
Once-
she hear English come out my mouth like the rest of Africans think we got money, just like the rest of them like think we got all this money.
That's only an impression.
Huh?
It's an impression. There are people in Africa that has more money than those in America, because remember, we own the lands now. In America,
Yeah.
you don't own nothing.
Yeah.
So the person that owns the land and the one that print the papers, which one is worthy?
Hold
It's
up
the
now.
Africans that own
Ghana
the
don't
land.
print their own paper. France print y'all paper. That's the truth.
Go black. So that's just the way things are.
Yeah, that's the way things are. Yeah. So we gonna keep them the way they is when it comes to me getting another woman. One is enough for me.
But I can promise you, there are many of the followers right here as
Oh,
we
yeah.
speak
Yeah.
that actually want you to marry them. Maybe they haven't have the gut to come and write to you. Say,
Oh, there have been those who sent the email.
viewers, I'm actually speaking to the females now, not the males. Please go on Go Black's case, man. You must marry one of you.
No, thank you. That's all right. That's all right. No, I have women who's reached out to me, man, email, inquiring about my status.
Right.
Yes. But I politely tell them, I'm good, I'm married, and I'm fine. So, no need. But anyway, to end this conversation, because we was talking about the comparison of UK, Ghana, Tanzania. And you say you prefer Tanzania at this moment in time of your life because you say it's more calmer, it's more peaceful. Now, but you go back and forth to Ghana.
Yes.
I'll be in Ghana December. You said you're going to be there in
Yes.
December. So we're going to have to go ahead and follow up on another video, get in there, because we want to get into the village and see the village and how things typically work in the village.
Absolutely.
We have to connect with some chiefs and give people a little bit more information about this whole marrying more than one wife.
Yes, I mean, you see, you've obviously traveled all over Africa, spoke about economic development, politics, and the rest of it. I tell you what, the marriage issue there's crisis in the marriage area.
Yeah.
And it's about time that we involve our local chiefs and everybody to speak about this issue openly. But also, I encourage you that when you're speaking to some of these chiefs, you don't need to speak to those chiefs that are Christians, because once you speak to them, they'll take you down to the Bible when they tell you have to marry one wife. Once they do that, they have deviated our conversation. So we must hold this conversation tight.
So, I mean, and I'm with you on that. So you have to at least find your chief that is more culturally strapped to Ghana and its traditions and its history.
Oh yes, that's very true. Well, I'll look out for that. I mean, whenever you're ready, once we meet in December, we allocate about a week or two towards that and visit some of the few villages around. And I won't let you travel too much because some of the roads are not very encouraging.
Lord,
so
I know
we'll
that's
keep it,
right.
We'll keep it
boy.
local.
Sure. Yeah, them roads in Ghana, boy, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm sure that you enjoy some of the beautiful roads in Zanzibar.
Yeah.
Not too comparable to Ghana. You realize that some of the Zanzibar roads are luxury.
True that. True that.
Absolutely.
True that. So, Asante,
Yes.
in closing, share with the people why it's important to come to the motherland, and what do you think that they should, when they come, what their outlook should be?
Right. First of all, it's good for no matter how long you've lived in Europe or North America or Australia, wherever you are, essentially you must come back home. And Africa will always be a home, no matter what the situation is. But the thing is, your expectation shouldn't be as high as, let's say, you're living in California or whatever. I remember Gil Black even told me that the comparison shouldn't be the same. Africa is where it is, and it's just good for us at this moment in time. And I mean, when I ponder over this conversation with Go Black, and I think Go Black is very right. So it's true. So once you get down to the motherland, because I've been walking around with, we back home we call it chaluwate. Where you have the slippers, you walk around. Now you see me walking around here, not wearing shoes or anything. I mean, just wear like a slippers. See, this is Africa. This is the land for the healing. This is the land where you fully connect. So the comparison to where you live, let's say in California, London, and the other places, that comparison shouldn't be at all. That's Europeans. Let it be there. When you come to Africa, this is Africa. So let's connect to Africa. Let's invest in Africa. Very crucial. Let's do that. I think we should invest here in Africa first. And if there's any other investment, then maybe you can go to Europe. But first of all, you must be on the motherland.
All right, family. You heard it here. We continue this conversation here in another couple of months. This is your man. This is your...
Not your boy. Go back to...
Go black to...
Africa.
All righty.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.